So today we battle Wilechase, who is, by his own admission, a gay emo fanboy. Alright guys, so like I said, here is a UU underused battle with wilechase, who I owed a battle for a long time, and here we go. I did with Uxie, he leads with Regia Steel, and I'm just going to yawn because I want this thing to maybe be yawned to sleep, and now I know he has to switch as I set up Stealth Rocks of my own. But he goes out into Miss Magus, which is something I really didn't want to see, because this is anything like mine, I know he's going to sub and just become a major problem for my team. So he sets up the sub as I just U-turn, and that's not going to break the sub due to the resistance. Not to mention Uxie doesn't really have great attack anyway. So I go out into Miss Magus, and I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball, attempting to break his sub. And he's faster. I don't know if that's a speed tie or if he's just faster, because my Miss Magus isn't exactly max speed. It's, I think, because of hidden power fighting requires me to lower my speed by 1. So I don't know. As you can see, he gets leftovers recovery first, so I'm guessing maybe his is just faster. It might be a speed tie, I'm not really sure. So I go on to Swallow, hoping that he'll go for the Shadow Ball again, but he makes a great prediction and substitutes again, and that was just a great prediction on his part, predicting the switch there. So that sucks for me. I have to waste another turn just to break the sub, as I give him another free attack. And he goes for the hidden power. It might be hidden power fighting, it might not be. Is neutral against Swallow, so I'm guessing it might be hidden power fighting. I don't know. Screw trying to figure it out, because, yeah. So I have to go. I can't switch out because of Stealth Rocks. I just kind of have to go for Brave Bird again, and he makes. I kind of knew he'd go into Registeel here, but there's nothing I can really do about it, because I have to stay in because of Stealth Rocks. So unfortunately, Swallow has to go down here, and that sucks. So anyway, I go out into Rhyperior because I know I can set up against this Registeel, Rock Polish. So I go for the Rock Polish, and that's pretty nice. And he just goes for Earthquake, which isn't going to do anything to me after Solid Rock. Not to mention, Registeel's attack isn't so great. So I go for Earthquake, because this Rhyperior is just going to go ballistic on his team. This Rhyperior is probably the MVP of the match for me. Because I go Earthquake, and due to my Life Orb, Stab, and Super Effectiveness, that's going to take down the Registeel one hit, which is amazing. And he goes out on the Melodic, which I don't think I can one-hit KO with anything on Rhyperior, so I decide to go out into Uxie. And he goes Surf. And to my great surprise, this is a Life Orb Melodic, which is actually kind of good, because it's going to wither down that Melodic for me. But yeah, that's that. I'm just going to go for the Yawn to hopefully put it to sleep, and now I'm just going to stay in with Uxie and Yawn again. If he decides to kill me, then his Melodic will get put to sleep. Or he could switch, and I could Yawn whatever he switches out, guaranteeing my sleep on something, hopefully. But he just stays in and just lets me put his Melodic to sleep. So I go on to Rhyperior because I smell another free setup. So I go for the Rock Polish here, and he switches into Umbreon, and normally Umbreons are very defensive. However, I have the Mega Horn because my Rhyperior is awesome, and that's super effective, and that's going to one-hit KO the Umbreon as well. So Rhyperior is just going ballistic. And yeah, the Umbreon goes down, and I'm in a pretty good position because I know that Melodic's asleep, and I don't know what other counters he might have to Rhyperior. He goes out into this Hitmontop, which I kind of figured would be carrying these priority moves. He goes for the Mach Punch, but I survive. I survive with 13 hit points, which is really pretty good for me. And I just go for the Earthquake, and that's going to almost KO the Hitmontop. Almost, not quite. And the Hitmontop survives, and unfortunately is going to be able to take down my Miss Magus as well, because I went for Shadow Ball, but he just Sucker Punched. Kind of hoping he didn't have Sucker Punch, but oh well. So his Hitmontop goes down, and he goes out into Nidoking. And I go out into Porygon-Z, and my Porygon-Z is Scarfed, and I have Ice Beam, so I'm just going to go for that. And I get the Ice Beam off on the Nidoking, which isn't so bad at all, because Nidoking goes down. So he goes out into Miss Magus, I guess not knowing that my Porygon-Z is Scarfed, because Porygon-Z is normally faster than Nidoking anyway. So I surprise him that I'm Scarfed and go Ice Beam, and that's going to hit his Miss Magus down to red health, enough that I can kill him even after that Calm Mind. So he decides to switch out into Melodic. Now he realizes that it's Scarfed, and I just go Ice Beam again because, like I said, I'm Scarfed, I'm locked into it. So I get the Ice Beam on Melodic, which is not very effective, but yeah, still hits him down a low yellow, and I go on my last Pokemon, Hitmonlee. He burns that guaranteed turn of sleep, and I go for the Stone Edge, figuring he might go back back out into Mismagius, but he doesn't. He stays in, lets me kill him with Stone Edge. And his last Pokemon is Mismagius, and I know I have the win here. I could have went Sucker Punch here, but I just decided to go for the Stone Edge. I opted to go for Stone Edge, basically, just in case he decided to, like, Calm Mind stall me. I didn't want that to happen. So I just went for Stone Edge for the guaranteed victory, because now I can go out into Porygon-Z and kill his Mismagius. So, good game, Wild Chase. It was surely a close one, like all of our matches seem to be. But there was relatively no hacks in here. So it was just a fun match. Make sure you check out his channel, link in the description. He may be a gay emo fanboy, but he's still a great YouTube battler with great videos, so check him out if you have the time. Alright, see ya. Bye. Alright, so that Mismagius I had to fight was pretty annoying. Now I know how it feels when I use Mismagius against somebody else. Today's question of the day is, what is your least favorite Pokemon to fight? As for me, it's actually not Mismagius, although that Mismagius did come pretty close. But it's Yanmega, because every time I fight Yanmega, they always just, like, get off these huge, they just become a huge problem with their speed boost and their sometimes hypnosising, and they're just really fast and can hit everything really hard. Yanmega always seems to screw me over. But leave a comment about a Pokemon you always hate fighting, like you just for some reason always just so good against you. And leave that comment, and see you guys next time. Bye.